Every Republican that I interview swears up and down that this is going to sunset. It's going to sunset hard. I'm having a hard time believing it. When you start paying people more money to not work than they would otherwise earn for working, and one political party wants to make that in perpetuity through universal basic income, I don't know how these Republicans think they're going to stop this train.
Better stop it soon. One of the things that Adam Brandon, who runs FreedomWorks, and myself, and Lisa Nelson, who runs ALEC, we put together this coalition called Save Our Country. I'm actually on leave from my normal job to just spend full time the next 4 months making sure we don't destroy our country with this massive spending and the shutdown of our economy, which is, in my opinion, Andrew, will go down as one of the greatest, most catastrophic events in our country's history. But you're right. We've spent $3 trillion, and Nancy Pelosi has already said she's not done. She wants to extend those unemployment benefits through September. I mean, you're not going to have an economy left if you do that. And incidentally, it's not just the workers, Andrew. We now have millions and millions of businesses that are getting free money from Washington. We're making everyone dependent on government. It's disgusting, frankly. I mean, I had no problem with giving businesses low interest loans so they could get through this crisis, so that when businesses are up and running again, that we wouldn't have bankrupt businesses. But now you've got every company in America that wants this, quote, free money from Washington. How do you stop that cycle? You got to stop it right away and just say, my advice to Donald Trump is stop the spending, not a dime more. If we want to help the economy, let's do a payroll tax cut for every single worker in America and every single small business in America. Let them keep their own money. But God forbid, Andrew, you know, the latest thing is Pelosi wants to give $500 billion to $1 trillion to the states, to the governors and the mayors around America. This blue state bailout cannot happen.
Yeah. Funding mismanaged states is not going to teach them any lessons. It's just going to say continue to mismanage and you'll get another federal bailout. And same for some of these big corporations. I mean, why would you take a share of your profits and put them away for a rainy day when you know the government is going to give you a bailout? For a long time on my radio show, you've been on my radio show, I said we're at risk of becoming Venezuela. And people tell me that I'm crazy. Oh, that can't happen here. And I'll always say, let me ask you if you think one of the prosperous nations in South America back in 1998, people were walking around going, one more election and we're going to be in collapse. Nobody thought that in Venezuela 20 something years ago. And here they are. And the risk that we are putting our economy into right now is going to have lasting consequences. Look, I don't want to see workers hurt. I don't want to see people not be able to feed their families. My heart goes out to people that are getting literally arrested because they just want to go and open their small business and put food on the table. But when you just take over almost the whole federal budget and you double it in 1 year, not to mention there's very little tax revenue coming in with millions upon millions of people out of work and businesses closed. My God, you are talking about we are driving towards collapse.
We are. And, you know, what we've done is taken an act of nature, this terrible germ of a disease, and we've turned what was a, act of nature into an error created by man. And the response to this by government is to seize more and more power, to shut down the American economic engine. The $20 trillion engine. You can't just flick that switch. It's not going to come back on. Every single day, I'm getting heartbreaking calls from men and women who spent their whole life building up a business, put every penny they had into that business, put 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years of their life into trying to make it profitable. And then all of a sudden, the government shuts them down. And those businesses are not going to survive. And many of them are already in bankruptcy. They've sold their assets. They've sold their patents. They're done. This is a tragedy, and it has to stop. That's why the most important thing we have to do as a country right now is get the economy up and running. It's been 6, 7 weeks now. This cannot last. I live in Maryland, where the governor here and in Virginia is saying, well, we may not open up till the middle of June. I mean, that's nuts. That's crazy. There won't be any businesses to reopen. They'll all be bankrupt. If you keep Manhattan shut down, they're now talking about keeping Manhattan shut down through 4th of July. You're going to have tumbleweeds down Fifth Avenue.